Hello everyone and welcome to week 2 of the course. I wanted to give you a little bit of an overview of what we're going to be doing this week, as well as say great work in week 1. Everybody jumped in and got their VoiceThread course intro video posted and also jumped in and got their discussion board prompts posted and just reviewing the initial posts. I think everybody has really grasped the concepts. If you have any questions about grading, please refer to the rubrics that are in the rubric folder. I do use rubrics for pretty much all the assessments, so those details will be located there. So in week 2, we are going to be reading a little bit more than what we did in week 1, and this will probably be the heaviest week because of the fact that we're preparing to start working with our adult learner in week 3. So this week we're really jumping into the essential components of reading instruction, alphabetics, fluency, vocabulary, and reading comprehension. So that is the focus of week 2. In week 1 we looked at the assessment strategies and the initial assessment, and so this week we'll just build upon that. So in week 2 what we're going to be doing, first and foremost, you'll have a discussion board prompt and a reading journal. So those will be open to you Saturday at 12 a.m. So by the time you're seeing this, those will be available. And also in the week 2 lesson folder, I have located an abundance of resources that break down the essential components of reading instruction. There's I don't know, probably 50 or 60 videos. They're 5 or 7 minutes each, but you don't necessarily have to watch every single video. Those resources are available for you if you need it, and just go over the strategies for each component of reading instruction. So they break down alphabetics into phoneme isolation, and the fluency. Everything is broken down into smaller bite sizes, which, as we know, with an adult learning background, that is more conducive of adult learning. So we break everything down into small chunks, bite-sized, micro lessons, sometimes they're referred to. That just helps those of us who are extremely busy be able to learn what is needed in the amount of time that's available to us. So with that being said, after you have reviewed all the essential components of reading instruction and the assessment techniques and whatnot, so you're going to need to turn in your adult learner consent form, and that is going to be required to be able to see the activities in week 3. So make sure you get that in by the end of week 2. And then you'll also develop and submit your initial intake interview and initial assessment plan that you would like to conduct with your adult learner. And as it's stated in the assignment instructions, you are pretty much free to compose whatever assessment you want. I would highly encourage that you review the resources that are available to you in the tutoring project folder, as well as the assessment that is provided in the readings. You are welcome to use ones that are already pre-made. Just make sure that you cite your resources that you obtain that information from. So there's not necessarily a minimum page requirement, but you are required to create initial assessments for each of the 4 components of reading instruction. So just keep that in mind. And I really look forward to seeing everything that you are working on with as far as the plan. In week 3, what you're going to be doing is actually implementing that plan, and I will be reviewing those plans as soon as they are submitted so I can provide feedback just to make sure that you're on the right track before you actually start working with that adult learner. And part of the rubric that you will see for the plan is that it's displayed in a way that you can complete it with the adult learner. So keep that in mind. The intake interview and the initial assessments that you conduct, that plan that you submit, you need to plan on using that throughout the initial assessment and intake interview. With that being said, in week 3, you will be actually implementing that plan. So if you want to go ahead and start scheduling a time for your adult learner, that would be probably the best plan. And I would look for doing that after Wednesday, unless you plan on submitting your plan at the beginning of next week. That way I have time to review it, and if there's any edits that you need to make prior to actually doing the plan or implementing the plan, that way you have a sufficient amount of time. So that should cover it for week Two, if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email or call me. If I'm not available, I will return your call as soon as I can. Have a great week. Thank you so much.